So let's get into the major concepts of subtraction. Here we're going to talk about difference versus separate, and then we'll talk about subtraction facts. First, difference versus separate. The difference interpretation of subtraction is as follows. Here we have two amounts that are compared for a difference. Sometimes people call this the compare model. If I'm thinking about this for a problem such as 6 minus 4 equals 2, I have a set of 6 and I have a set of 4, and I'm comparing those two sets for a difference. The difference is this space right here. I can count backward to figure that out, 1, 2, or I can count forward to figure that out, 1, 2. But the difference between these two sets is 2. Now that is different from this separate interpretation of addition. Here I have a set, and here the set decreases. Sometimes people call these change-decrease problems. So for this problem here, 6 minus 4 equals 2, I have a set of 6, and something is going to happen to decrease this set. I'm going to separate or take away 4. There they go, bye-bye. 6 minus 4 equals 2. Now with these difference and separate interpretations, both are important. And for that reason, I want to explore these interpretations just a little bit more with our hands-on tools. All right, let's use some cubes to help students understand the difference between the difference interpretation of subtraction versus the separate interpretation of subtraction. First, let's think about that difference interpretation. I am going to show a set of 7 objects. I've got my cubes here, and I'm going to use the same color for this example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'm going to compare that to a set of 4. Let's use my pink cubes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what is the difference between these sets? And you know what, I may want to scoot those together to make this clear. What is the difference between these sets? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 more green cubes than pink cubes. Or I could say that there are 3 fewer pink cubes than green cubes. Now, I'm going to leave that right there because I can do my separate interpretation of subtraction over here. Now, when I'm thinking about separating from a set, I'm going to use something to show a set. Here, I'm going to show my plate, and I'm going to put 7 counters on this plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 6, 7. All right, that's very good. Now, I'm going to separate 4 from this set. And to separate them, I'm actually going to take them off my plate. So let's go ahead and separate 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I had 7 and I separated 4 from the set, what remains is 3. 1, 2, 3. Now right here, I can think about the differences between the difference interpretation of subtraction and the separate interpretation of subtraction. With the difference interpretation, I have 2 sets. Here I had the green set and the pink set, and I compare those sets for a difference. With the separate interpretation, I had 1 set. Remember, there was only 1 set on that plate, and I separate from that set. So using manipulatives like these cubes, or like really any other counter that you have in your classroom, can help students explore what it means to think about subtraction as the difference versus what it means to think about subtraction as separating from a set. That brings us here to activity 5, where I would like you to explore these concepts of subtraction. Remember, we were focusing on difference and separate, and we've got 2 problems. So go ahead and provide your definitions there, and then think about what it might be like to model 5 minus 2, first as the difference and then as the separate model, and then 11 minus 7. You can do them in any order, but separate and difference. What manipulatives are you going to use? What drawings are you going to use? How would you help your students understand subtraction in these different ways?